innovation. So I would say that the programs at Laurier are very relevant. If you look at today's environments, there's lots of recession going on, and there's just a whole change of dynamics going on. You want to make sure that your undergrad, you get your bang for your buck, that you can actually go out and find a job afterwards. So you're wanting to make sure that it's relevant to today's, environmental issues that are going on. Challenging, that you're not going to leave here graduating and kind of turn back and say, I don't think I've learned anything during this 3-year process other than the hours that Wilf's is open and that kind of stuff. Like you're going to leave here being very challenged and future oriented, thinking when you have that graduation cap on, the world is yours really to make of it. You can do anything with your undergrad. And the amount of growing research intensity that the university has is just fantastic. So I was fortunate enough to be at Clara Conrad, A2 Girls, and that's where I met my roommates. That we were 7 of us, and we lived together for the full 4 years, and did so many things. And I think that that's part of your whole learning experience, and that you have to live with people and learn how to do cleaning duties and the sharing and getting along, because when you're in an organization, you're going to have those same types of dynamics happening, and you're going to have to figure these things out. And we soon discovered cleaning schedules was very important to the whole dynamics of our household. We're living with all the girls, and that we certainly had a great time living together. The relationships, and I left that one for last because this is really where you're building your bonds. And this is a picture taken from our cruise a couple of years ago. So on our 40th birthday, all of the same roommates went on a cruise, and we're very close. And I think that that's the bonds that Laurier helps build in the process.
Is Kathy in there?
No, these are just the girls that I lived with. Yeah. So let me just take a quick drink here. So once you have a degree, once you graduate, then you kind of say, okay, what's next? And for me, I always knew that being a chartered accountant was one of my ambitions, and that it was great to get all my math courses done. Probably wasn't the best student here. I probably partied way too much, but knew that I needed to get enough courses to get on with my CA designation. And that's what I, in fact, went and did. And then I articled with Pricewaterhouse here in town and got my 30 months, and then I was able to go out and find a job and get my designation. I think that this is a real pivotal point, because a lot of people really think, what can I do with my degree? And I think that the sky's the limit, because once you graduate with something, you can use that as a springboard for something else, and it's very easy here at Laurier to get a biz dip or any other kind of program to really complement your offering. And I know that the combination between the sciences and business courses that I've taken has really led me to work in environments that are in high tech. You're going to see from my resume that I have been in the high tech space. And really, when you think about the high tech space, you think about over 40% of your people engaged are computer science graduates, and those individuals really have a different framework, and you have to be able to associate with those individuals. And coming from a science background, it really allows you to have a broader spectrum on the various things, issues that come up on a day-to-day basis. So I've been fortunate to actually have my math and a bit of the chemistry background as well. I've used that quite a bit with my employment. So one of the things, as I explained to you earlier, is I loved coming to Laurier because it was a smaller community, and really once I've been in Waterloo, I've chose to stay actually here, and it's been very great and very rewarding for me. And a lot of my thought is that you work global and you stay local, And I've had a lot of great opportunities to continue to work globally within Waterloo boundaries. Kind of really a funny coincidence, but I've probably only lived 5 kilometers from this university since '85, since coming to Laurier, since coming to the university. So I haven't really ventured very far from this place. But I'll tell you that my work has taken me to many different countries, and I'm very much of an international traveler, but still very much community oriented. So my first real job was at OpenText. And OpenText, as you know, is a very large company here in town. And I was employee number 35. So this was really when, the whole search engine was starting up. And we really took the company public. I did over 11 acquisitions with them, and we did a lot of private financings, and then we listed them on the Toronto Stock Exchange. So it was a really pivotal point of time for OpenText, and I think that I look back on that time and I think I worked like a dog, I literally, but that's the kind of work that, when you're at university, you also think, God, I got to get to this point. You already have deadlines, and you start managing your time a lot better, and you apply those same types of tools that you've learned before to really make it through these harder times. So OpenText, while it was challenging, very demanding on time, it was also a very rewarding time for me. Just being part of that dynamic growth. I went on then to MKS, and coincidentally, MKS was actually selling a company to OpenText, and I was on the OpenText side at that point. And I negotiated such a great deal that the CFO of MKS said, I need you on my side. And so shortly after having Olivia, my first baby, I went over to MKS. And that to me was more of a time where I had 2 kids during that time and took some time off, and certainly at MKS there was a lot of dynamics. The tech bubble bursted at that point, and we went from tremendous growth to tremendous revenue shortfalls, and there was a lot of new initiatives, pure plays going on, and vertical sky was something that kind of was erupting from the MKS era, and I always say the sky was really falling at that point. It wasn't no vertical sky. So I left MKS and went on to IPECO, and I'm not sure if a lot of you handle with the RFID technology, but that was something that was something that was fairly cool and very innovative. We did a lot of corporate financings to get this company started. We had to do a reverse takeover of a public shell company to actually then turn around to buy all of this IP that really resided in South Africa and China. And so it was quite of a dynamic time. I spent a lot of time in South Africa getting this kind of stuff organized. And to me, this was a lot of compliance work and a lot of really technical deal putting togethers and that. But I enjoyed my time. They still haven't made it very commercially viable, as you can see, with the revenues just under $1 million. But sometimes it's good to do startups and kind of test your feet. In all of this, there was a theme that at OpenText I worked for a chairman on the audit committee, and at MKS I worked for the same audit committee chairman. And he recognized that I was at IPECO, and one day